Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Nelly and I am the author of multiple books. And today we are going to be discussing the cost to producing Buttercup Baby, my only contemporary standalone romance under a pen name. It's not that much of a pen name. I just dropped everything, so if the placement is a little different, sorry. So, like all of my videos regarding cost of producing a book, we're going to go over copy editor, beta, proof, and cover designer. Those are pretty much always what I do. And then we have a little add-on to put at the end of this. So it's actually been quite a few months since Buttercup Baby came out. I just wasn't in the filming headspace to be doing these videos back then. But it came out June 28th and it's November 24th. So yeah, it's been quite a few months and I'm just gonna bring it up here. This is my only book that's made all its money back and it's my bestseller. It's done amazing. All of that is due to one video that blew up on TikTok. I have not been able to replicate that video with the same amount of stats, but it's been great. So this is also my first book where the cover actually cost more than the copy edit did. So that was very, very different for me. I went with a different cover designer and copy editor this time than my other books. So my cover was completely different because I'm like used to spending doing all my covers with Maria Espada. And that was quite expensive. And then my copy editor, I went with someone, that was just on the low end of copy editors, and I'm happy with it. So let's get into costs. Okay, so my first cost is obviously the copy editor. This cost me $337.50. This is ongoing on a cheaper copy editor, but I also got 10% off because it was my first time working with her. So I was very, very happy when I got that number because if you know anything about copy editing, that is cheap. This was, I believe, 71,000 words. So it's not a long book, but I believe it was 71,000 words for the entire manuscript. So that is what we're basing it on. Okay, to bring it in real quick, I didn't use any paid betas for this, so zilch there. And the proof copy was $8.08, which I feel like is a little high considering books that are 100,000 words plus are kind of closer to that number, but like not bad. And then the final number that I paid the most money for, paid $435 for the cover designer. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my cover, but it was cheaper than that. I think it was like $400 total. And then I had to pay an extra $35 because the couple I wanted on my cover weren't like part of the stock. So she had to buy that couple, which I'm glad I did because then I don't see that couple on like all sorts of books. But yeah, it already put a higher dent on an even more expensive cover, which I feel like $435 isn't expensive because most cover designers are around that. But when you're used to spending around $200, it felt like a lot. But in total, we spent $780.58. So not even $800 on this book. And it's my, by far, bestseller. Okay, so it's a little different to try to calculate how much I would have needed to sell in order to make my money back because I've already made my money back tenfold. So we're still gonna try to guesstimate it. So based off of KU Reads, which is where I get like 99% of my sales for this book, which is why I also estimate like most of my sales are gonna come through KU for my other books. Based on that, one full read through, I get $1.65. Now the paperback gets me about $4.48. I believe that one's on KDP, so $4 something else cents on Ingram. So around $4, a little bit higher than $4 for the paperback. I believe it's about $2.70 for the ebook and then $1.65 for KU. So again, if we were just doing this on KU Reads, if we were just doing this on KU Reads, we would need to sell 473 copies in order for me to be making my money back. You start incorporating ebook, paperback sales. You can't do an average because I sell so much more on KU than any other format. But if you just do that, I rounded it up to $2, which is probably, again, lowballing it, but we're keeping it lowballed. I would have had to sell 390 copies in order to make my money back. So if you put those together, around 400, like 35, 440, somewhere around there copies in order to make my money back. I've sold well over that many. So this is my first time, which I was not expecting to have to ever be able to like really do this in a cost video where I've already made my money back. So, but then again, we're filming this like 4 or 5 months later. So on a quick wrap up, we have $780.58 for the cost of the book, around 400, 440, 480 copies to make the money back. We've already made that money back. Now, because we made that money back and then some, I have started the audiobook. So the cover for the audiobook, which I went back to my cover designer, had her make the cover, that was $40. I don't know how royalties are gonna work because I've seen where like it's like you get a different amount based on how the person borrowed it on Audible. So I'm not sure how that's gonna work. So I don't even know how many copies I would need to sell the audiobook in order to make that $40 back. I can't even guesstimate that. But it was $40 for the audiobook. And the narrators double that I'm working with, they are a married couple, which I absolutely love. If you haven't read Buttercup Baby, it is transitioning. It's Tommy, Emery. So my married couple, the husband's reading it, then the wife, the husband, the wife, the husband, the wife, and it's so cute. So we're doing royalty share plus. So I'm paying them a little portion just to pay for like the very beginning stages of it, and then we're gonna be doing royalty share for the rest of sales. That, excuse me, my throat, was I believe about $50 per finished hour, and it's estimated, because it's not done yet, it's estimated to be a little over 8 hours, around 8 hours. So it's gonna be approximately $400, maybe like $410, somewhere around there for the plus section, and then we'll be sharing royalties after that. So in total for the audiobook, we will be spending approximately $450, which if I had to assume would need like 200, 250 more sales in order for the audiobook itself to make its money back. But I could be completely off on that number. I absolutely have no idea. Either way, we've already made that much money, so it's fine. It's already covered its costs. But for the audiobook itself to cover its own costs, $450 worth. Whatever royalty breakdown that ends up being, that much. So thank you for watching. I love cost breakdowns, so I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.